Hello everybody, how's all doing? What the hell? How's everybody doing today? I'm just jumping on here to do this for a quick minute because after 3 years of being numbed down, having my skull split, having constant electricity being broadcasted through from what is called remote neural monitoring, which is police and military tech in use since the 60s. When this all began after I was shot in my right ear by the ex-O.P.P chief and all the problems started, the burning in my head, me going to the hospital to get CAT scans. Stacy, a mental health worker, was there, stating that she was there for me, for anxiety, and all this other bullshit that she was telling to her girlfriend, Tatiana, the one that done my CAT scans. After I get my CAT scans, or then after, when she realized I was there with my mother at the time and someone else, she walked right by us, staring me down big time. I get my CAT scans done. I wasn't satisfied. I demanded that I see them so I could get a second opinion. I was told I would not understand them. I was told that I needed medication. Boom, boom, boom. After that, I was pretty much medically blacklisted. I would go to other hospitals and I was being told, I seen your file, I seen your file, what do you expect us to do? I was going back to Napanee Hospital to try to get help to find out what was going on, and I was getting nowhere. I was being treated like a piece of shit garbage, being called retarded, being belittled, being called names and everything else because of bullshit lies against me to buy time and to help cover this up so I would not find proof of what was taking place. It's already been 3 years of me trying to get help and being medically blacklisted and discriminated against every step of the way because of the bullshit lies. And then me actually phoning the hospital the other day to find out if it was okay if I went up there. I talked to Paladin Security, the guy that kicked me out, and he proceeded to tell me the reason he did it was administration gave him the orders to kick me out on the grounds that I was there causing problems in the past. No, I was not causing any problems in the past. I was demanding that doctors that are responsible for serious fucking crimes pay for what they are responsible for doing. And when Dr. Barton, you have the balls to tell me that you will not do anything to me because of lies, help me in any way, shape, or form until I see a psychiatrist, what gives you the right, you piece of shit? What makes you superior? That is 100% medical negligence right then and there, and then laughing in my face over being sodomized. Dr. Pritchard trying to have me committed for it because of it being a man and who it happening to and by who it was from. I have it in print to prove my words. I go through injuring, torturing every single day. My skull has been seriously deformed, my face gets deformed, and my right lung is gone pretty much. My kidneys are both screwed. I cough up blood. I don't want to be so graphic, but I shit blood. I even have so much pressure in my ears from being damaged that I have it coming out of my ears sometimes. All stimulation in my head is gone. I can put earphones, earbuds in my ears and still have no stimulation or feeling whatsoever. I have something coming up from the back of my neck and it goes around in here up into this area, and it feels like a little tube that ends up coming up underneath my tongue, I also have something in the roof of my mouth that causes pressure in the roof of my mouth too. It's almost like there's a balloon or something now in the right side of my head, and it fills up. I actually get taste of piss, of urine. So if that's what's going through me from all of these pieces of shit who are using the remote neural monitoring on me and pissing and shitting through me from the use of this, will help indicate my body from the inside, because I no longer also, when I eat, my food no longer goes to my stomach to the left side of my body where it's supposed to. It goes to my right. So I've been getting Blair Hardy using remote neural monitoring on me all day long, him and Billy Wooldridge. I'm the victim of identity theft. I am the victim of identity change. I am the victim of kidnapping, sex assault, medical blacklisting, deforming, medical treatment refusals, even being said that I was hallucinating on marijuana from being sodomized from the Justice of the Peace. Told me this, just done to obstruct, to help cover asses and buy time. I've been going for this for 3 years, and I've been talking about it, saying what's the outcome. Blair Hardy and Billy Wooldridge are guilty of stalking my mother and using remote neural monitoring on her, and because of her age, the EMFs and radiation, it caused cancer, causing tumors, causing her death. I have 50 fucking people broadcasting through me using the remote neural monitoring, usually on any given day and time. From Tyler Lake, Javen Allstein, Ray Ray, Sam. There's Michelle that uses on me, Ellie Cooper, Bucktooth Bob, and Isaac. Blair Hardy, obviously. Tyler Lake again. His mother, Shelley, has used it on me. A guy named Mike, a homeless guy that lives in a tent or a trailer here in Napanee. So this is Chris, but it's not my identity. It's me, but it's not. So, and I am being completely and totally numbed down right now, seriously bad. The whole right side of my head feels like it's filled up with something besides air, which feels like it's being pumped through me or whatever, and that's what's numbing the right side of my head. And it's coming up from my lung area. I get pressure in my chest all the time. It causes me to burp. I feel stuff going through my heart. Um, and this is no imagination. It's just that I cannot go to a hospital. I cannot get fully checked to do anything about this. So, and because of the lies against me, it's kind of funny. I have all of this falsified files on me when I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years before any of this happened. I was doing good mentally, physically, no neurological problems, no psychological problems, no physical problems. I was meditating. I became very spiritual, and I still am. I was meditating, I was going out, I was trying to help others. But when I found out of what was happening to the homeless out of the Morning Star mission, how they were being human trafficked and exploited for monetary gains through charitable means, and using the Morning Star mission as a means to do it for false charitable shit to get away with it. Using the name Morning Star, no. You're not gonna do that to commit those kind of crimes. But anyway, because of me speaking of it, I became a victim. I had a visit. I had my last meal, I do believe, pretty much delivered by David Smith at the time. A pastor, a deacon, priest, whatever he is. He delivered me food, and then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, Spencer Mills, O.P.P, shows at my door with a guy from mental health, and I know exactly who it was now. And I'm about to go meet the person very shortly. But anyway, he basically showed up to threaten me, to let me know that if I did not stop talking about what was taking place and happening, there'd be serious consequences. And there was. That's when I was shot in my ear, and then that's when Billy Wooldridge came onto the scene, and he was everywhere I was. I would go out and boom, right there, every single time. Step out my door, within 2 minutes, he was right there. I would go downtown, he was always boom, right there, knew exactly where I was at any given time because of the remote neural monitoring on me. And I was also tagged with, I also have prisoner tracking on me, which belongs to William Billy Wooldridge, who is an inmate sex offender. He is being harbored, obviously highly protected and unarrestable. I've been trying for 3 years, surrounded, hands on guns, kidnapped to prevent anything on police and their involvement, because all these people can implicate as well. They are drug fed, money paid co offenders. Billy Wooldridge is a child stalker for the ex chief. He was stalking my mother. He was calling my mom at the same time when he wasn't stalking me, because he was told that we were switched at birth. And he also believes that he is my dad. I am 50. He is 70, 71, 72, whatever the case may be. My mom was 77 at the time. All right in here, especially in my chin area right now. This is all fucking Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy. It's kind of funny. I'm starting to look more and more like this piece of shit garbage. And all he has to do is be arrested. He is a sex offender. He is a drug trafficker. They are the ones that are lacing the drugs here in Napanee, and they are the ones that are selling them to the addicts for the intention of them overdosing and causing homicide, to make it look like it was just another addict getting bad drugs and as a result died from it. No, it was done intentionally, and I will not be proven wrong for the intent to commit homicide and to make it look different. Right, Blair Hardy, Spencer Mills, Billy Wooldridge, Tyler Lacgh, Jabin Alstein, who was also with Jack Clark 2 days before he died or was killed. Tyler Lacgh, you fucking scum. You are filth right now, you know that, and I know that you're using this, and as crazy as this shit sounds, I've proven the differences to me. So, and I know others know and concede these differences, whether they're saying so or not, so this is no hallucination or delusion. I've been proving everything while being called a liar and still not being able to get help. Yeah, administration accuses me to get me kicked out of the hospital of causing trouble. Okay, when they're the ones that are guilty of crime, and the reason they had me charged with O.P.P was in an attempt to criminalize me and to get my prints, my signature, and everything else they needed for this identity theft and forgeries, framings, and frauds against me, and I will not be proven wrong. It's why they had my blood and my piss stolen on me May 27, 2021 with my kidnapping from Shelly Hafner under false pretenses of incompetency bullshit. If it wasn't so graphic, I would show what I've been going through with the blood and everything else that I'm talking about, but I have no feeling in my head at all except for the feeling of air going through me in that spot on the back of my head. My skull's been fucking split. There's a clear line right down the center of my head and it goes right to my pineal gland. And how too convenient that you're working on closing that on me. So I'm the end of my bloodline and I am being mentally fucked up. This is not mental illness and it sure the hell is not drugs that I do not do. This is a crime against me and it's being done through tech whether anybody wants to believe it or not. Through remote neural monitoring, and I can prove that it is police and military tech that is nano microchip implant and how it is used and what it is used for. And it's being used criminally. It's also being used for invasive surveillance. They see me doing this, they hear me doing it, and know I'm doing it. I do not have a minute of fucking privacy from all these different people broadcasting through me and using it. I am not schizophrenic, sorry, no hallucinations, no voices, no delusions. I don't think I'm somebody I'm not, and no multiple personalities. I'm one person, but I have many living through me criminally through the use of tech that not a lot of people are aware of, which is called remote neural monitoring, and this is how I'm going through my identity theft. And it's all being done through Wi-Fi, cell phone, and computer. People got to wake up and realize that there is tech out there that's being used, and it's being used criminally. They're human traffickers, O.P.P, and everybody named Spencer Mills, Staff Sergeants, ex-chief, Shannon Cork, Robert Keane, Robert Lucas, Shelley Hafner, and Stacy, the mental health worker, now Kingston, was Daily Tea Company in Napanee. And then there's Dr. Tatiana V at Lennox and Edmonton County General Hospital, aka Margie V, Stacy's girlfriend, my medical falsifier, and the one that basically signed my death certificate, getting me medically blacklisted and discriminated against through the lies and bullshit against me. Joy Hadley, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Barton, triage nurse Terry, triage nurse Tanya, triage nurse David, and a paladin security guard, roughly 24, 25, approximately 400 to 500 pounds. The one I talked to the other day that told me that administration had phoned and told him to kick me out because of me causing problems. No, that's just their way to prevent me from help, and that's their way to continue covering crimes up that they are guilty of and unwilling to help me prove because it would also implicate them as well. Medical discrimination with criminal negligent intent to commit. You're involved with aiding inmates and police. Lennox and Edmonton County General Hospital and the doctor's name are the co-committers and cover-up doctors for the police that named and the ones that aid in covering up their crimes through the medical, while they do it through the so-called legal, using their badges, credentials, positions, lies, false guise of law, to be unsuspecting and above suspicion of the way that they are going about doing this. I no longer feel myself, and right now, even the right side of my face is being fucked. Like I said, I feel nothing but Blair Hardy and Billy Wooldridge broadcasting through me right now. And this has nothing to do with mental illness. How could I be sitting here doing this and all of a sudden feel their presence around me and know their consciousness going through me? I'm not that's just way too fucked up. No. And that spot on the back of my head is swelling up, like I said, like it feels like there's a balloon or something right there. And it's going to both sides of my head. First it was the right side and now it's the left. My head's been flattened, rounded, elongated, and everything else. I've proven it, shown it. Called a liar by the hospital. So every last one of you, Spencer Mills 14716, Staff Sergeants, ex-chief, Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, Shelley Hafner, Tatiana V, aka Margie V, Joy Hadley, Barton, Pritchard, McGregor, Waldron. They've even used doctors Abimbola, Fardell, and Sue to discriminate against me. And then there's Triage Terry, David, and Tanya, and Paladin Security, Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jabin Olstein, a guy named Ray that has a white deaf pit bull, lives on East Street with his roommate Sam. There is Isaac. There is a woman named Michelle. There's Allie Cooper, a bucktooth Bob. I believe his proper name is Robert Barry. There's a woman on the corner of Center and Thomas side door. That's a crack shack. She has blondish red hair and obese. Maggie Falls, Bert Hustler, and Isaac. There's another guy that's friends with Tyler Lake that he rides around on a BMX or a mountain bike. He's fat, he's homeless, he used to sleep in the bank, and he's scruffy and has mess scabs all over his face. There's a homeless guy named Mike. He's roughly 60, 65. He's using it. He used it on me. So I know these people from their faces and from being around them, and so when they're using it on me, and I feel it, so I know exactly who it is at the time that they're using it on me, except for when I'm sleeping. So, and as crazy as this does sound, and I do realize it for some that do not understand it or will not take the time to even research anything, but it is not any kind of. This is how they're getting away with framing people. This is how they're getting the identity theft through it, ending bloodlines through it. This is how they're getting revenge retaliation against victims, completely changing people's lives and fucking having theirs being stolen from them through this. My life's been turned into a game by a bunch of psychotics, and I know exactly who's responsible. And there's nothing I can do about it because Billy Wooldridge is allegedly also Hell's Angels Ontario chapter leader, captain, whatever, and Blair Hardy is allegedly Bandito's captain. And then there's Tyler Lake and Jabin Alstein. His mother Shelley also has used this on me, and Allie Cooper's used it on me as well. Right now, especially on my right side, this is Tyler. Like, I do realize it's crazy, it sounds, but congratulations, you fucking punks. That's all I gotta say. Especially Tyler and Jay. Blair Hardy, Billy Boy Wooldridge of 149. You are pure filth garbage. You are all delusional drug dealing junkies. You $300 a day and drug fed fucking goofs who murder for Pontius Pilate police and are untouchable. And I've proven it. And the doctors here that co-commit with criminal negligent intent, covering crimes against your victims and also aiding in covering their crimes against your victims as well, co-committing. All hands washing the other, using their badges, positions, credentials to be unsuspecting, poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, and even natives. Yes, hate crimes, families are murdered and missing. It is the police, the doctors, and their inmates. Financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, insurance scams, charity scams and frauds. The police you think you know. Billy Wooldridge used to stalk children at Tim Hortons every day on Dundas Street here in Napanee for the ex-chief for sex slavery, trafficking, and pedophilia. He was the one that was doing it, getting them. And then when I got his picture, he conveniently went into hiding for a while and then reappeared living back at 149 Center Street North, now bald, glasses with a goatee. Excuse me. At the old Boomhauer house for anybody in Napanee. Well, luckily, I cannot go. I'm getting serious pains in my chest too because of the air going through me, especially on my left side. I have to burp all the time, force myself to burp, because if not, I get the air pressure build up in my chest. I get hypoxia every day, which has caused brain cell death, having it cut off of my brain through this. And all of it could be proven. I just wish I had somebody that would actually do something, and if I could get a brainwave scan or an MRI or something done, excuse me, this is happening again, it would prove a lot as far as the damages go. And as far as me being lies against me being self-harmer and suicidal, told by a bunch of bullshit psychotic pieces of shit, probably Stacy, and you need to prove that lie because it is certainly not true in any way, shape, or form. Thanks for fucking my life, you vindictive serial killer. You used your girlfriend Tatiana as a means to do it, just like everybody else is using the inmates here. Like Chris is dead, so it's pretty bad when I'm losing my consciousness and they can just sit back and do this to my brother Trevor and to my nephew. Before well, I still can. I want you to know, if you see this, that I do love you. Never forget that. And Eli, I am proud of you in every way, shape, or form, and I am thankful to be your uncle. And to my brother Trevor, I am thankful and grateful for being your brother, and I'm grateful for having the chance to know you and grow up with you. So, what the hell? I got a little damn bug crawling on my computer, playing hide and seek. Okay, I am going to wrap this up. I just want to say thank you very much to the pieces of shit who are doing this to me for revenge, retaliation. And one way or another, everybody involved will criminally answer for and pay for what you've done and doing, and one way or another, everything done to me is, can, and has, and will be proven. So if anything happens to me, it will not be the bullshit lie, it will be 100% homicide, and do not believe anything else. I wish I had somebody with me that would be right there while I'm getting medical tests done and help also verify stuff so nothing is tampered with, because they have sent me, given me wrong CAT scan results too as well, to help cover shit up, even the wrong date and time. While O.P.P and Stacy have my original ones given by Tatiana. Isn't that right? And I will not be proven wrong. Okay, I gotta get ready for something, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Love all, hate none, be safe, watch yourselves, watch your parents and your children. From the ones named, anybody charged by these people as well, I would fight it because it probably is 90% false. They do fake arrests just to criminalize victims and also to get their blood and piss and everything else from them, to screw them over for their plans that they're doing against their victims while having to prove nothing. So, you're guilty of murdering my mother. You're guilty of this to me, pretty well murdered. And you are guilty of ending a bloodline, so you are guilty of mass homicide, O.P.P, Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy. You're lucky it's all legal here in Napanee, you motherfuckers, and you got lots of people to back you up and hide and cover up. Love all, hate none. Like I said, be safe and please take this serious.